I'd like to begin this exploration by stating that I don't believe it to be a necessary one. What Craig Jones and I share is a completely natural and healthy male relationship. It just so happens that the respect we have for one another manifests itself in a rather affectionate way. And where I can understand that making a few people uncomfortable does not give them the right to make presumptions about us that have no basis in reality. I don't know where people come up with their ideas, but I'm here to put an end to them. I remember when I met Craig, I was just a fat kid, looking for a friend. Lucky for me, when Craig showed up on the scene in 4th grade, he was a bit husky himself. We were fat friends. There was nothing particularly abnormal about our childhood. We shaved our heads, dressed as girls for Halloween. Pretty standard, really. We came of age together, and remained best friends all throughout. It could be said, however, that a relationship blossomed as we parted ways. We ended up at universities on separate coasts, but we weren't about to let 3,000 miles of America keep us apart. Whether it was big city, cross country, skiing down a mountain, climbing up a mountain, or just a pleasant day at the beach. We were consummate adventurers, which can be exhausting. These adventures culminated when Craig told me that he'd accrued enough frequent flyer miles to get us anywhere in the world, and he decided that we were going to China. Maybe not my first choice of exotic locales, but when he's flying you there, you kind of go along with it. We squeezed in as many historic landmarks and wonders as we could, partook in some of the local activities and flavors, but we spent most of our time taking culturally insensitive photographs. On a side note, if anyone's wondering how to become the most popular attraction in a Chinese zoo, the Chinese people love to laugh at American fruitcakes who are wearing panda hats and earmuffs. They will literally point and laugh at you, to your face, before politely asking you to take a picture with them, and sometimes their children. By the end of that trip, Craig and I were closer than ever, more brothers really than friends. As we stepped off that plane, who did we find waiting for us but Allison? You can see her here, strategically wedged right in between us. This wasn't the end of the adventures, however. Craig saved up his miles again, as the next trip would be to Spain with Allison. So, while Craig and Allison will always have Barcelona, he and I are stuck with Why? Thanks for the great trip, Craig. We all know how the story goes from here. They get real busy falling in love, which is such a magical process of them becoming consumed with each other and forgetting the people that they should be focused on. I'll speed this up a bit here. Good Lord, I don't remember there being so many of these. Ah, yes. Come to a sunny day last May that I like to call the event, where, thanks to the advice of his brilliant director, who also happened to photograph the event, Craig was able to stun and apparently terrify Allison with his epic flash band proposal.
Will you please marry me?
I'm only kidding, of course. I've got nothing but the utmost respect for Allison, who has to be one of the strongest women I've ever met, enduring as much as she has, being with Craig. You see, Craig is a man who provides so much documented substantiation that could lead Allison to question his masculine identity. I'm sure that Craig can explain all the evidence that's stacked against him. Actually, I'm not sure he could ever explain what's happening here, but the point is, it's comforting to know that Allison's not only come to terms with her groom's flamboyance, but she's made peace with it. Pictures like this one don't even bother her anymore. As far as Craig and I are concerned, I'm not worried. Marriage is simply the next big adventure. Plus, if it does change anything between us, it's not like I don't have other best friend options. The funny thing about this marriage is that It does exactly what this video set out to do, which is to say, close the door on people's suspicions of Craig and I. I never thought this would be the perfect way to get people off our backs. Some people might even say it's a bit too perfect.